Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now in this video I want to talk about our eyes, okay? And the thing about our eyes, and also light frequency as well, and a spectrum of the cyclic nature of ascension too, and how that all fits in together. Now our eyes are locked into the 3D, okay? And that's not by accident, okay? That wasn't by design. And for us to ascend to a higher consciousness, or let's say a higher plane of existence, we've needed our ascension to kind of go to a place where our eyes can't take us, into the unseen, okay? Our eyes have been locked into the 3D to keep us into that 3D, 2D, 1D, keep us low vibrational, okay? We live in a world that is deemed a duality, and it's right and bang in the middle between 1D and 5D. And 1D is a singularity, and 5D is a singularity, and we have a duality right in the middle because it's a mixture of the two. Now 1D we have fear, and at 5D we have love. And lo and behold, our eyes perceive a world that is all based around duality, right? Man, woman, one country to the next country, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 ears, and so on and so on, okay? Now one thing about duality, it creates conflict, okay, because you've got 2 opposing factors, okay? And when you look at the world today with our eyes, the world that our eyes perceive as real is got a lot of conflict in it, okay, and a lot of suffering, and it breeds suffering, conflict, okay? Now the whole story of going from 1D to 5D is really the whole cyclic nature of ascension, okay? And I'm not going to get into that in big depth in regards to our history, but we just need to explain that our source, which is actually our sun, our individual sun, because we're living out an individual experience through our own eyes, again coming through back to the topic of the eyes, is that I can't see through anybody else's eyes other than my own, and that's for each single person on this planet or in this reality. So when I say the sun is your source, it's your sun, okay? There's not just one singular sun. We all have a sun, and that's our source. And we're going to talk about the importance of that in relevance to our eyes as well. So our sun is going through an evolution which we call ascension, okay, so where it changes color. And the whole thing about ascension for us, and where we fit in that, is that we need to keep up with the evolution of our sun, our source, for us to keep progressing and evolving forward, okay? Personal growth, evolution, ascension, all the same thing. And it's an individual experience, not a collective. Now, our sun, or our source, is actually in that 5th density. It's right at the end of its cycle of ascension, okay? And when we talk about we're nearly at that point where we can ascend, it's because we're at the end of that cycle. Now, if our eyes weren't locked into the 3D, we'd look up at the sky and see the sun, our source, remember, because the individual experience, as being red, okay, not yellow. We see it yellow with our eyes because when the sun, or our source, was in the 3D, in its evolution, it was yellow, okay. So our eyes are locked in that 3D, so lo and behold, we see it as yellow. Now, we're going to come into the whole idea of light, and especially blue light, because you see a phenomena out there at the moment that there's a big push for glasses to block out blue light, right? Because we look at screens a lot, don't we? We look at, I'm looking at a screen right now, I'm looking at a camera. We're looking at a computer, we're looking at our laptops, we're looking at iPads, we're looking at iPhones, we're looking at our TV. We're looking through screens, okay? It's a big part of our reality now. Now, the whole thing about the problem with these screens is that emitting this blue light, which tells our 3rd eye, or our pineal gland, that it's midday. So even if we're looking at our screens at 9 or 10 at night, and that's why we have such an epidemic of not being able to sleep as well, especially with our young ones, because our young ones are being brought into this reality in this generation with just looking at screens and being addicted to screens, is that we're seeing an epidemic of sleeping problems and a number of other problems. Now, the blue light that we get from our screens is not the same blue light that we're getting from when we look at our source, our sun. When I looked into this and dowsed upon this, what it told me was that it depended on the consciousness that is the carrier through that blue light. Obviously, when we look at the sun and we're getting that blue light during the day, that consciousness behind that blue light is our source, okay? It will never let you down. But the consciousness with the blue light coming through our screens is not source, okay? And it's a channeler for negative or bad consciousness to come into us, okay? And really affect us and control us and keep ourselves low vibrational. And this light is keeping us low vibrational, okay? Now, as they've been developing the eyewear to block the blue light when we're looking at screens, you'll see like these blue blocker phenomena, technology with glasses is blocking out that blue light. Now they've found that green light's not so good either, and they're starting to block that out. Now, this is where it comes in connection with what I've found in regards to light and the evolution of our source, our sun, and ascension. And this is, I use this spectrum with my clients every day. We need to get our clients in areas of your body into the 5D to stay in connection with source, because source is evolving and you need to keep up with it. Otherwise, we get in trouble. Certain areas of you cease to evolve and therefore they degenerate. Okay? So when we look at this spectrum, densities 1 to 3, the densities we do not want to be in because it's keeping us low vibrational, they emit blue and green light. So I found that very interesting. There was the connection with that. Blue and green light is lowering our vibration. It's lowering our vibration more because a lot of that light that we're getting is mainly from screens where the consciousness behind those screens is not our source. It's a manipulative consciousness that's trying to lower our vibration and feed off our energy. Archons, reptilian consciousness, and so on. So when I look back at my spectrum of the evolution of ascension, is that density 5, the 5th density, it's red. And what you'll notice is with all this technology of the eyewear is a lot of them they promote you to have light that's more orangey, amber, red at night, which allows your third eye to produce, or your pineal gland to produce melatonin and sleep better. Wow, unbelievable, eh? So what's happening is with orange and red light, okay, which is when our sun goes lower in the horizon, there's less blue light and more orange-red light. And you also notice another thing that people do is sun gaze, okay? And what are they sun gaze? They find that it really removes, with people that travel a lot, removes jet lag. It recalibrates them, okay? Because they're looking back at their own source. They're looking back at the sun, which is emitting that more orangey and red light, which helps recalibrate them, okay? When you're looking at that last disk on the horizon of the sun, okay? And we kind of think, well, it recalibrates us to that time zone we're in. It just recalibrates you in general because you're looking back at the source of origin of your energy. Now, where that fits in with all of a sudden the third eye being able to, or your pineal gland being able to produce melatonin, which allows you to then initiate sleep, is the fact that you're opening up your third eye. Your third eye acts as higher dimensions, higher densities, where all of a sudden it can see your source for what it really is, being in the red color, okay? Now, another thing to keep in mind, as I said, our eyes are locked in a 3D, which is a duality. And what part of, there's one part of the body that's a duality. What is it? What do you, oh, let you guess. The eyes. Two eyes, right? So your two eyes lock you in this matrix reality to tell you that this is everything. This is an absolute of what everything you see is. That's all there is. The trick, the trap. So when we bring that orange light in, red light in at night, okay, which we can naturally do when we're not looking at these blue screens like our phones and so on, then what that does, it allows these duality eyes to close and our singularity eye to open, okay, which can then see beyond this matrix reality. So I found this very interesting. Okay, a lot of dots being connected. So I've got a few things up my sleeve which we're going to incorporate in sessions here in regards to this. I'm very, very excited about it. And it's going to be interesting to see how things unfold. So the whole thing about ascension is we've gone from one singularity to the other. Okay, it's a journey. We've gone from 1D to 5D. Okay, and we've gone all the way from fear, and we're reaching out to love. Okay, we're trying to escape this duality, but our eyes are locking us into the duality, and we've had to use the vehicle to ascend, which is consciousness, to learn more about more than the 3D, right? So please keep this in mind when you are looking at the sun in the sky. You're looking back at your source, and sun gazing, that last disc on the horizon, is a very, very wise thing to do. Okay, calling upon that sun disc energy into you is a very good thing to do, and you can just, anyone can do that with their own intent as well, and that's very beneficial to do. Okay, and then also there's been a lot of agenda to try and tell you that the sun's not good for you, and do not believe in that. Okay, the sun is your source. It's a thing that you can trust more than anything. And be careful, and also understand that that blue light that you're getting from your screen is not the same blue light you're getting from source, from your sun. Okay, because it depends on the consciousness behind it. Okay, they can program you with negative intent through the blue light that you're getting through your screens. So this is something I'm definitely going to be doing more work on. So watch out for more videos and more information coming your way. But I hope you really enjoyed this video. I've had it's just wonderful getting this information. This is great information. This is information that can help so many people, and hence why I wanted to share it here with you. And yeah, I'm going to be sharing more information with you as we go on this journey of breaking down this matrix reality and seeing what the world really is and where we fit in it. Okay, bye.